Why, Dragodino? Why?
Such an odd combination. A cute art style with a virtually impossible difficulty. What an absolute joke the two difficulty modes are. Normal gives you 3 lives and checkpoints. Hardcore is only 1 life, which is typical for a roguelike. The checkpoints are useful, but the lives, not so much. But I'm getting ahead of myself. Dragodino is a platformer. You need to shoot, not jump on, the enemies. Especially the enemies with the crystals floating around them, because you need to collect these crystals. The crystals give you the power to super jump. Only with the maximum super jump will you be able to jump to the next section. Maximum jump varies as it's on a section-to-section basis. At the start, it is only a 2 crystal requirement, and progresses from there. As you pass to the next section, the game takes your crystals, and you need to search for them all over again. Not a bad system for the game's main mechanic. They even apply this system to the boss. The game pushes you into playing more methodically. You need to be very careful where you land, and I think some of the enemies blend into the background, so if you're running through a level, you'll run right into them. I tried rushing to the boss, but this is not a good plan. Some of the platforms are tight, and you need to land just on the edge. Also, it's best to kill enemies from a distance, and that will require jumping and shooting. The game might be stingy on health, or it just drops randomly. Either way, it is much better to play it safe. To extend the platforming, the game has 3 types of power-ups that you can hold: consumables, passive improvements, and active skills. The Steam page lists 40 power-ups. I haven't picked them all up yet. They make the game more interesting, but I'm not sure what all of them do. I think some of them are very subtle. The game does not explain them to you. You just have to get lucky, walk into a shop, and read the description there. It doesn't seem like Dragodino is hiding this information on purpose, and it doesn't change every run, so an informational pop-up would have been useful. Dragodino continues expanding its gameplay with gems that allow you to have a charged shot. It is useful because it reduces the jumping and shooting. The gems appear at random on the level, so you just have to get lucky. What's annoying is that the game takes these gems away from you when you go to the next stage. It does not remove your power-ups, though. I don't understand why this is. Where Dragodino goes completely wrong is just how punishing dying is. To say death is a setback is an understatement. You lose all your power-ups, everything. Why the game removes it for death and not between stages? You got me. Dragodino carries the roguelike tag on Steam, so I have some expectations about dying. Perhaps because the devs expect people to play on hardcore, they didn't calibrate normal mode correctly? If you're already playing on normal because the game is difficult and you die on a level because you're struggling, taking away all the power-ups is rough. I felt like the game was telling me, you found that hard? Well, screw you, now it's even harder. The system is not fair for new players. Expecting a game to be challenging is one thing. Tricking the player into thinking there is a normal mode is rude. If you can't make it through with power-ups, your chances of making it through without them are basically nil. Hard games exist, and they have an audience. For example, I Want to Be the Guy. Accomplishing the impossible is something some people love doing. Bless your hearts. I am not one of them. To me, Dragodino is just tough, frustrating, and insurmountable. The difficulty curve jumps up so fast, it's impossible to keep up. It completely killed my excitement when I died on the boss. I think the first boss is so difficult, and losing all of your upgrades leaves you at such a huge disadvantage that trying it again is pointless. Sure, the shop is there, but options are limited, especially if you already spent your money. If you haven't guessed it by now, my opinion of Dragodino is negative. I admit I did not play co-op, but I do expect the game to be playable in single player. It's unfortunate because at least all the little things you might expect to be wrong are not wrong. The controls are, for the most part, responsive. And even if you don't care about the cute art style, it's well done and everything has an animation. The main mechanic of jumping to reach new areas of the level as you defeat enemies is something I can get behind as well. It forces you to explore each section and plan a route based on the risk you want to take. I don't think I'll ever understand the sadistic difficulty of games like this, especially playing them to completion. If that's your thing, maybe there's something here for you, but even then, this is still a pretty average game. It doesn't take it to the extremes like, as my previous example, I Want to Be the Guy, which is very silly and insane. Here, it just feels like it was done to extend the 10 levels of the game. Hey, thanks for watching. Subscribing really helps the channel, and I appreciate it. Thanks.